You know what? Something that I have to be really careful of these days is when I'm scrolling through Facebook and I'm looking at what all my friends are sharing, I come across these posts that stir up some pretty strong emotions, like someone's been hurt deliberately, or an animal has had this happen to them, or this corporation has done this awful thing. And a lot of the time, though, what happens is that the posts don't have really a lot of information, or it ends up just kind of being like spam or fake news or whatever. But the fact remains that people are reading it, watching it, listening to it, and sharing it. And other people are reading it and reacting to it, and they're changing their views of humanity according to this, or they're changing their views of specific social groups because of this. And there's actually been situations where in a country, I think it was Burma, where they were experiencing some serious cultural clashes within the country, where posts like this on Facebook, that all they served to do was to stir up hatred and anger and resentment without any real substance to it, without any real direction to the post, just saying, look at what this person did. It's because they're like that they did it, targeting things like race, religion, cultures, beliefs, whatever other stuff we label each other with. And this is exactly what's happening for South Africans as well, because people are going around sharing posts about how this group, the whites did something awful and the blacks did something terrible, and look at what those guys did at that time, and there was this crime, and was it a white person, was it a black person? And it's essentially like sensationalism, and because it's being perpetuated by so many people, and because so many people are reacting to this emotionally, it's actually one of those things that can have a very real effect on the real world that goes outside of the virtual world of Facebook. It changes how people talk to each other. It changes how people react to each other in real life, how people develop relationships, build businesses, all kinds of things like that. So now what I'm practicing, since this is now something that obviously I have a lot of South African friends on Facebook, and a lot of people are very emotional with all of the stuff that's been going on. So what I've been having to practice more than usual is really discerning whether a post is not necessarily true or false, because I can't always know that, but more whether it is helpful. Is it something that's going to build bridges? And is it something that's focusing on finding solutions? Or is it something that's only meant to stir up anger or hatred or fear or some other strong emotion? Does all it serve to do destroy relationships? Is that all that's happening there? Is it destroying trust and faith in each other? Or is it building it? And if it's something that I see, okay, no, this is actually not helping anyone, all this is doing is adding to the propaganda, adding to the fear and the anger and the hatred, regardless of whether it's true or not. True events don't need to be shared in that way. They don't need to be shared in a way that just triggers emotional reactions. True events, even if they're terrible events, can be shared in a way that focuses on, okay, this is why things like this have been happening. Let's come together. Let's find solutions. Let's be better. Let's do better. That's what I want to be a part of. I don't want to be a part of shaming people, of creating more tension and more conflict. So, yeah, it's quite interesting to really take a step back and look objectively at what it is that we're supporting on social media, because it's a very different platform to what any of us have ever really known before. And there is a lot of space for helping humanity and helping the world and making us better. But there's also a lot of space to do the exact opposite and really just make things worse. All right. Thank you very much for watching. You can see me next time.